Hello and welcome to another online training from the Finance Department. This training will discuss the rules and procedures for how staff should handle cash and purchasing for classroom activities. Specifically, we will cover how to handle cash, receipts, daily deposits, activity funds and purchase orders, reimbursements, book orders, gifts and donations, and grants and awards. There will be a short quiz at the end, so you may want to take notes. First, we will discuss how to handle cash and receipts. RRPS Activity 3-Part Receipts come in books of 50 receipts. The school bookkeeper must keep these books in a safe, locked place. When issuing these receipts, sponsors must sign for the receipts. The receipt books must be used in numerical order to provide continuity in the receipt inventory log. Unused receipts must be returned to the secretary or bookkeeper when they are no longer needed. Activity 3-Part receipts must be completed in triplicate as follows. Original copy, white, is given to the payer. The second copy, yellow, together with the monies collected, money and receipts must equal, must be remitted within 24 hours of receipt to the secretary or bookkeeper, who shall review for accuracy and issue an office receipt. Then the third copy, pink, is retained by the person, teacher, or sponsor issuing the receipt and must remain in the book. All receipts, including the voided receipts, must be submitted to the secretary or bookkeeper or cashier in numerical order. Any missing receipts must be accounted for. Any teacher or employee who collects money from a student or other source must issue an Activity 3-Part receipt and, or, where applicable, prepare the $25 and under form. See Form R1. If funds are collected for field trips under $25 per student, a class list may be used in place of the receipt list. The class list must be marked to indicate the date, how much each student paid, and whether the payment was made in cash or check. The class list will also be used to verify the amounts collected. However, an Activity 3-Part receipt must be used when receipting for lost library books or textbooks. When handling money, it is mandatory that deposits must be made within 24 hours after collection. Any funds received after daily deposit has been made must be safeguarded in a secure area in the administration office. For example, a vault, safe, or a locked cabinet. All money must be turned in daily. You may not hold funds in your classrooms. It is prohibited to cash checks from cash receipts or to make change from cash receipts. Funds must be deposited in the same manner as received. When dealing with activity fund purchase orders, it's important to know that state law mandates the use of purchase order procedures. Activity fund purchase orders must be logged in an AFPO log or the EPS software to identify outstanding AFPOs and cross-reference voucher check number when paid. Prepared in advance of the order or purchase, the approval of the AFPO must be secured prior to placing the order or making the purchase. Violation of proper approval procedures will result in a denial of payment from school funds. Modifications to the AFPO must be initialed by the principal. Activity fund purchase orders must be submitted for approval presented to the vendor at the time the purchase is made. This procedure will inform the vendor where to send the invoice, allows the vendor to place the purchase order number on their invoice and other correspondence, and verifies that the vendor accepts price as stated on PO before shipping. This also fulfills the employee's obligation to identify him or herself as a non-taxable purchaser. Once you have checked to ensure all items have been received or not, send the packing slip with your signature approving payment to administrative assistant or bookkeeper. Activity funds may be used to reimburse school personnel for purchases previously approved by a purchase order and paid for by the employee. An example of an allowable reimbursement is as follows. The purchase order is issued to the employee and the dollar limit is established, for example, not to exceed $20. The employee is then allowed to shop for the best price at various vendors. The employee will sign the receiver information and turn in all vendor receipts, invoices, etc. No personal items should be reflected on the submitted receipt. The check is then written for the total amount of the vendor invoices, excluding any tax amounts paid and not exceeding the limit established by the purchase order. The check is made payable to the employee. This is important. Remember, funds collected are for student supplies and field trips for the current year's students and must be used for those students. All monies must be spent or encumbered before April 30th of the school year. What about book orders? Book orders can be collected by an RRPS employee in the following manner. Only if the parent makes the check or money order payable to the book company. The checks may be collected and mailed together to the company with the order. Receipts and deposits are not required as the teacher is simply coordinating the mail order. It is strongly advised, however, to encourage parents to use the online purchasing option. Donations from public funds are illegal. The anti-donation clause of the New Mexico Constitution prohibits outright gifts of public money to private citizens. Expenditures which have a public purpose and a public benefit are permissible. RRPS awards or prizes which further educational endeavors are considered to have a corresponding public purpose and public benefit. Accordingly, these awards do not violate the anti-donation clause of our Constitution. However, the cost of these reward incentives must be nominal in nature. We are suggesting that in most cases, a nominal amount would be less than $10 per student. Maximum gifts are limited to $25 per person per year. Gift cards may not be purchased. According to the IRS, giving someone a gift card of any kind is the equivalent of giving that person cash, and nominal cash gifts are always taxable. Therefore, activity funds may no longer be used to purchase gift cards. A school may elect to donate funds for certain special projects. However, the funds to be donated must be raised through a special fundraising project that is clearly advertised to be for that specific purpose only. A copy of the advertisement must be attached to the disbursement voucher. Both the proceeds and the expenses relating to this special fundraising project must be clearly designated in the journal. The exact amount of profit from the special fundraising project must be donated. Do not round off to the nearest even dollar amount. This will ensure that the special account will be closed after using all acquired funds. What about grants or awards? Grant management must be contacted when a staff member, administrator, or teacher has been awarded a grant on behalf of the school. If a grant is over $2,000, the check must be filtered through district office. Grant management will need to present it to the board, a budget adjustment request, and report it to the state. You may also want to refer to the grant management specialist at district office for more information. Only by working together with open communication and understanding can we assure that we are all following state laws and procedures. If you ever have any questions regarding collecting or spending school money, please do not hesitate to contact your school's administrative assistant or the finance department at district office. Thank you for your valuable time.